Hello, viewers. Welcome to the first episode of Time with Faculty. With me, Michael Kafuya Chachu, as your host. And then today, I'm here with a very wonderful personality. Is the HOD, the head of Department of Politics, Philosophy, and Economics in Pentecost University. Viewers, let's welcome Reverend Dr. Patrick Lebene Adonoo.
Thank you very much, my brother. It's an honor to be here with you. Let me put that right. There's Bachelor of Arts in Politics, Philosophy, and Economics.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Solid.
Yeah.
Right. Look, why PPE at this time?
Right. Thank you very much. I would really want to commend the team for this excellent expose of the various things that we have in the Pentecost University. I specifically itemize the fact that the branding of the university and as part of fact, what we stand for is to be a university A+. It means that we cherish what all others are doing, and we know that a lot are pushing themselves to be A schools in Ghana, but we always look out for what can be a complementary focus, and then we add that to what we study in the Pentecost University. So we know that there are many courses that are studied around the social sciences. There are politics, there is philosophy, there is economics. So in many universities, we have all these programs studied as silos. So we have BA economics in other schools, we have BA politics, BA philosophy, and all that. But we again realize that in the world today, problems are not in silos. Problems come very complex, complicated, and they need a multidisciplinary kind of thinking, to approach the very problems of today. And that's why learning from, other great universities like Oxford, the Pentecost University has hanged this Novell program in Ghana, being the first of its kind in this country. We are reading the Bachelor of Arts in Politics, Philosophy, and Economics. Let me give you a little bit of a background and a detail, to PPE. In the 1920s, Europe, centered around UK, realized that the problems of the day were not just political in nature. The politics fed into economics. Every political decision had a direct effect on the economic outlook of the country. Meanwhile, the political decisions were all undertoned by the philosophy of a people, the mind, how they see things and how they value things. Hence, to solve social problems, a person had to understand the philosophy of the people and now make political decisions that will affect the economics. And so in Oxford, in the 1920s, actually the first student began in 1921 in the University of Oxford. The Bachelor of Arts in Politics, Philosophy, and Economics was introduced, and it's been very great. And Ghana is doing the same through the Pentecost University. Wow. And we are very confident that we're going to churn out some great things from the school.
Interesting. So the PPE program seeks to solve problems.
Yes.
We want to know, at this point, in this our generation, what has Pentecost University identified as a problem in the Ghanaian context, which warrants the introduction of PPE?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I think the entire educational module for problem solving in the country is a little problematic. The approach of developing students who will solve the problem has been siloed. So you have people who study philosophy, and others who study politics, and others who study economics, and they are unable to actually merge the different silos of knowledge to come up with real decisions that plague our political and our leadership spheres in the country. I could give you very good examples. I know of a minister, the person was contesting for, and the person was just asked. Now, this is a political person. They were asked the difference between micro and macro economics. And sad to say, the person did not know. And I don't fault the person because they saw themselves as politicians. Mm-hmm. There are the economists who should understand economic principles. But in the real world, the populace is expecting that the politicians or the leaders understand the effect of the political decisions they make. And there's a big problem. in the tertiary education. That said, there are many political problems that I know you and I attest to. And all these things culminate in the demand and the need for a more interdisciplinary way of handling, problems in our world today. Political problems, religious problems, economic problems, social problems, they must be handled from a very wider spectrum and perspective. And that's why PPE is not only a must, but it is an urgent need in our time.
Wow, it is an urgent need in our time. So it means that taking PPE for a first timer, you think, okay, I want to do politics, and so I have to do PPE. But then looking at the explanation you are giving, it means that PPE goes a little deeper than just the politics. It goes into economy. It goes into philosophy as well. All right, so who then, to Pentecost University, who then is an ideal PPE student?
That's a good one. And I want to look straight into your face. We believe that every student who is interested in any kind of leadership, whether political or business leadership or any kind of leadership, is an ideal student for the PPE program, especially if they've been able to clear themselves with the basic requirement of entry into any program. Here in the PPE, we allow even science students. We allow any kind of students who have the minimum pass mark to join in, because we are getting people to unlearn what they have learned, to learn the new things, and to relearn to make best. So every student, regardless of the course area, I mean, you may not have read anything around politics in senior high school. You may have read science. You may have done business. You may have done art. And if you just did well, you passed, and you had the legitimacy to enter the Pentecost University, you can apply to the PPE program. I must also say that a simple application might not necessarily grant you. Because of the kind of program we want to build, we sort out a lot. For instance, the PPE students now had to do a program called pre-PPE. So you have to come in, we give you some courses, you study, you write an exam, you pass before you are admitted into the PPE program. Why? Because we believe in developing the people right from the onset. We want our students to understand that they are the hope of the turmoil we find ourselves in. And so right from the set-go, we build their understanding, their culture, to understand that they are being prepared for the very top niche of society.
At this point, we want to take a quick breather. When we come back, we'll proceed with the conversation. Thank you.
Picture this, a place where academic excellence meets spirituality and dreams become reality. That is Pentecost University, where we shape lives, nurture faith, and inspire greatness.
Welcome to Pentecost University, where transformation needs service and purpose is born. At Pentecost University, we just don't build careers, we build leaders, innovators, and world changers. We offer programs in business, health, engineering, law, and theology. Admissions are open. Visit our website and apply today.
Join the winning team. Join Pentecost University, the University A+.
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 Right. So Doc, before the break, you mentioned people have to unlearn, relearn, and then learn certain things in politics and then philosophy, and as well as economics. But then this is actually our first session. We'll have a session with you again where we'll go a little deeper into especially that phrasing.
Great.
But then as a word for us to end this episode, what will you tell our viewers?
Thank you very much. The likes of what makes Oxford University, Cambridge, all the great universities out there are being done by this great university called the Pentecost University, with a conceptual framework of being an A+ university. And you can have the opportunity of having what is being done in all these great universities done here in Ghana. A good example is the PPE program, a program that has generated great minds and great politicians like Harold Wilson, Edward Heath, David Cameron, Theresa May, and in our own country, Ghana, a person like the former President John Ejekum Kufuor. These are the kind of people we want to generate, create, build, and characterize through the PPE program. This is an opportunity for you to join the PPE program now. There is nothing that stops you. Give yourself a shot. If you are interested in holding any leadership position, this is your time. Get yourself recruited. Let's build a great Ghana together through the PPE program. I can assure you, you'll have an experience that will build your future. God bless you.
You have an experience that will build your future. And that's how we wrap up on today's episode. I'm Michael Chachu, and I've been here with...
Patrick. Yeah, you can... Reverend Dr. Patrick Adonoo. Thank you.